Peace and blessings, everyone. Welcome to the Humble Servant Homestead, guys. Today I am out here in the garden. You know, I'm speaking as if I'm just been out in the garden one day, guys. I've been out here just preparing and just getting the garden ready, doing a little bit of weeding in spots that I'm not going to be tilling this year. But guys, today I am out here to plant some sugar snap peas. This is the ideal time to go ahead and get your sugar snap peas in the ground. Simple reason why, guys, they don't really like the heat. Okay, so they're more of a cool weather bean, and so we're going to go ahead and do a demonstration right now showing you guys how we're going to go about planting these sugar snap peas, guys. Now, if you all ever plant sugar snap peas before, you know you can come on out, just snap one, pop it in your mouth, tastes like you're eating sugar. All right, so no further ado, guys, let's go ahead and get into planting these sugar snap peas here. Okay, and so right here, guys, I kind of jump a step a little bit here, but I've already have this whole row right here already worked. And so I'm just going to go ahead right now and just work this spot right here. Now, this is a spot where I planted rattlesnake pole beans last year, and this whole entire fence line was loaded. Now I'm going to go ahead and talk a little bit about this fence in here before I get to showing you all how I'm going to go ahead and plant. Now, a lot of you gardeners out there may have fenced around your garden. Now, if it's electric fence, we ain't gonna talk about it because we don't want you to electrocute your plants. But if you have a fence inside of your garden, guys, go ahead and utilize that fence space. Now, I have at least about 140 feet of fence space here inside of the garden, and this year I am going to utilize all 140 feet. Now, simple reason why: there are different varieties of beans that I want to go ahead and plant, and the fence is ideal place for those beans, especially the ones that like to vine. All right, so remember, if you have a fence, utilize that space. Okay, that keep you from planting something beans out inside of your garden, and also having to even come and weave those beans. With the fence already there, they will train themselves to climb up that fence with those tendrils. That is what they are for. All right, so let's get back into working this soil here. And of course, you want to make sure that your soil is nice and loose, especially when you're getting ready to plant seeds, guys, because once that root break out of that seed, you want it to have a real nice, comfortable place to go, and that is real nice soft soil with all the different amendments. All right. Okay, so now that we have this dirt worked right here, now and it's just real nice loose soil, and that is what you want to work with. Now, what I'm going to do here, guys, going to grab my gardener tone and simply just going to go ahead and not a whole lot, just going to do a little sprinkle, not a whole lot, just a little sprinkle. Now, this gardener tone here have your N, P, and K, nitrogen, potassium, and phosphorus, guys. And so that is what we want to give these beans here. And not only that, what I'm going to go ahead and do now, my organic matter. Now, this right here is goat manure. Now, the beauty, I was just speaking about those worms, and I just want to show you, look at this baby worm right there, guys. And sometimes you find them, they're all throughout. Here is another one, and look at that. Look at how healthy that earthworm is. Now, not only that, if I don't chop this earthworm up, he will, or he or she, whatever it may be, will get inside of this soil right here, guys, and even helps to aerate the soil. So that is a good reason also to have earthworms. Now, if your compost or your garden don't have earthworm, guys, you want to go on out and find some earthworm, whether it may be red wigglers, and just let them go inside of your garden to bring in some earthworms. Now, I know I'm talking about planting sugar snap peas, but you know, just dropping little bits of nuggets there. All right. So here we go with this organic matter. Now what I'm going to do is just sprinkle that right there on top. All right. And so first, when I put this, because really what this is manure, and also some grass that the goats rejected. And so over the winter, over the fall and in the winter, this stuff right here sit and break down, guys. And so it sit and break down. And so it took me right at about 6 months to get it right here. Now, in the past, I thought it was just doing a cold breakdown, but really it was not, because of the manure and also the brown, which is your carbon, and it was actually generating heat underneath. Now, the good part about that is, guys, is because if you have any seeds inside of here, what will happen, that heat will cook those seeds, and so you don't have to worry about them when you put this manure down. Okay. All right.
You say seeds, you mean like grass?
Yes, grass seeds, because of course, yes, for weeds. So of course, you know, the goat manure, the goats eat grass, and of course, if they're grass, there will be seeds, right? And so, I was doing a video, and that's how I come to know that it is actually cooking. Now, it's not like it's a hot cook, but it's a slow, you know, slow heat. It wasn't real hot, but I was doing a video in the springtime, and well, excuse me, in the winter time, and when I went to poke that manure, I see a bunch of heat coming out of there, and actually that was pretty good. I like that. Okay, and so right here, guys, I have my hole right here, and what I'm going to go ahead and do now is I'm going to work all this manure into the dirt. Also that gardener tone, I'm going to work it in. Now, the reason why I did not put a whole lot of gardener tone in this here, because this goat manure do have some nitrogen in it as well, guys. Okay. So I'm just chopping this dirt up real nice and fine. Okay, so that is it. Now, usually what I do, I have a piece of board, but I'm not going to throw that on up just as yet. I'm going to get these planted first. All right. And so here is a little shovel here. We're going to go ahead and grab these sugar snap peas. And so these right here, guys, we germinate them on the inside. And it was right at about 2 weeks that it took for these to germinate. And so what happened, I started some peppers inside of a container, and I dumped it out and reused the soil once my seed germinated. And look at that. I have little small pepper suckers coming out, but don't think they will survive out here because it is still a bit cold. All right. So what I'm going to do is just pull these on out and look at that real nice root structure. Okay. Now, with these sugar snap peas, guys, as a matter of fact, stick a pin there. We'll talk about that in just a little bit. Right? So we're going to go ahead and space them right at about 6 inches. Okay, so we'll go ahead and plant these so that way the video we won't be a little too lengthy. All right, so what I'm going to do now is pretty much dig a little hole just like that, still making sure that that soil is real nice and loose beneath, and we're just going to go ahead and drop that baby on in. Okay, we're just going to go ahead and backfill just like that. Now put a little bit of firmness around plant there. All right, so now that we have that planted, plant one more, and then we'll move on to the next step, which is pretty much if you're going to be planting sugar snap peas, guys, from seed, because these was germinated on the inside. Now is some seeds that we have, and I'm going to show you how we go about planting the sugar snap peas on the outside, just in the ground. Come on along. Okay, so here I have my little farrow maker here, and so what I'm going to do is pretty much make a little farrow just like so. All right.
A trench.
Yeah, pretty much a trench, yes. Making a little trench. And so with that trench, now what I'm going to go ahead and do is grab me a little bit of full of seeds. And guys, I'm just going to go ahead and drop them right at about 2 inches apart, okay? And so what's going to happen once these seeds germinate, you know, you want to come on through and thin them out. Now, in that thinning process, if you don't want to just thin them out and throw your all the ones that took, if they're too close, because we're doing them 2 inches, so if they're too close, and if all of them germinate and you don't want to take them out and throw them away, or maybe throw them in a compost, give them to the chicken, what you can actually do, you can come on in with your little shovel and take that one out and put it in another space where that some did not germinate. Okay, so you're not wasting your plants. All right, and so we drop. Okay, and I know it's a bit further than 2 inches, but that's just all right. Okay, and so what we're going to do, we're going to now go ahead and backfill this dirt here, and it's going to be right at about 1 inch. And so what I'm doing is pretty much gauging where 1 inch is going to be. All right.
So you're lightly covering.
Yeah, lightly covering. Okay, just lightly covering. And then what I'm going to also go ahead and do is give a bit of a pat on the top, just so that this seed can make contact with the soil. All right, that's always one of the things that you want to keep in mind, making sure that your seeds is making contact with the soil, guys. So I'm just going to give a light pat just like that, so just in case if there is any air pockets inside of the soil, they'll be pushed out. All right, so of course, during that demonstration, just stay tuned. Let me go ahead and finish planting out all those seedlings right there, and I'll be right back. Okay, guys, and so that is it right there. Just got through planting out all these little seedlings here, guys. Now I just want to talk a little bit about the time that I pick to plant these seedlings right here. Of course, it is down in the evening time when the sun is going down, guys, because what happened, you don't want that harsh sun to be on these seedlings. That can also shock them a little bit. Of course, you know, we are disturbing the roots, and so we don't want that sun to bake them. Okay, and so that's why we choose this time to plant them. Now what we're going to go ahead and do, one of the steps that you don't want to forget, is come on in and water these seedlings in, guys. In the forecast, they're saying that we're supposed to get a little rain today. We haven't seen it came through yet, so I'm still going to come on through and sprinkle a little bit of water on these seedlings here. Okay, and so that is pretty much it right there. We have all of them planted up, and so as time goes on, we will be looking forward to getting some sugar snap peas, guys. And I pray that you all learned something from this video here. If you want to get some sugar snap peas, get on outside and plant some. All right, and so that is pretty much it right there, guys. Just want to say thanks to each and every one of you all out there for stopping by the Humble Servant Homestead. And as always, peace and blessings to each and every one of you all out there. Now, if you like the content y'all got here today, go ahead, throw that thumbs up, like, share, and subscribe, guys. And yes, we are looking forward, if the Most High give me the strength and spare my life, we are looking forward to a great growing season once more again, guys. So y'all stay tuned for upcoming videos. We do have some more videos to come on out that we just did not have time to drop, but yes, they are coming. So stay tuned for that right there, guys. Just want to say peace and blessings to each and every one of you all out there. Have a blessed day.